I'm going to make a really simple program. And then what we'll do is we'll add a unit test thing. Have any of you ever done unit testing? So unit testing is basically where you test a method to see if it returns what you expect it to. Right? You're basically just going through, and with each method, you're testing, okay, if I give it this parameter, will it return this? And it's usually required when you work for people. Just to make sure that everything, that the methods, partially it's a math test, right? To make sure your math, sometimes input-output tests. I mean, if you put something in, you're expecting a certain result. So if you test it and you get a different result, then you know something's wrong. 90% of the time, all the tests should pass, but they don't always. All right, so let's do a file, new project. And what I'm going to do is just a real simple thing like gas mileage. Do you guys have something you'd rather do? Something that's a quick calculation. We don't want it in Python. We'll go back up to C#. I was playing with the Python. That's why I was down there. We'll just make it a console. Trying to decide what the difference between core and framework is. Let's go with the framework. I'll call it mileage program. And I'm going to do OK. All right, so I'm going to write this program real quickly, and it's something to test. I just want something to test. So I'm going to add a class, and my class will be well, I guess I'll just call it mileage. So that's the namespace. It's just an empty class. What do we need to know for mileage? We need, actually, let's just do this as simple as possible. Public. We need to know the number of miles, right? Just not doing the full. And then we need to know the gallons. And then, for no good reason, but just so I can have two methods to check, I'm going to do public double cost per gallon. And I'll do a get and set. And then I'm just going to do a couple constructors. Maybe just one constructor. An empty one. Oh, it's miles. Miles equals 0. So technically, you shouldn't have to initialize them like that, because you're really just initializing them to the defaults. And then I'm going to do public mileage, and I'll take in double miles, double gallons, double cost. And then okay, so we got two constructors, and then I'll just do the two methods and we'll be done. I know I'm typing fast. Do you guys need a minute? All right, so let's just do a public calculate mileage or MPH. I'll need a return type, which will be a double. And it's just going to be miles divided by gallons, correct?
You just have it at the name of the function.
Right.
Yeah, but you're not calculating NUC.
Oh, you're right. I mean miles per gallon, but I said miles per hour. It wouldn't have made any difference in the results, but logically, you're right. I'm going to do cost per mile. Let's see if I can do this off. Is that correct? I'm not liking that. Oh, it's because I did that the wrong direction. And this is cost per gallon. If I got the math totally wrong, let me know. This is just going to say how much each mile costs, basically. Although I might have it backwards. Might be times.
It's miles per gallon, or it'd be miles.
So this will give us how many, our average miles per gallon. And this is the cost per gallon.
Miles.
Well, we could test it and see.
Would it cost per mile be the total number of miles divided by the cost per gallon? I guess no.
Well, that actually would do. That might work, just the total miles divided by the cost per mile. Well, this is the price per gallon. So if we're average, this is our average miles per gallon.
Okay.
Well, we can see. If I'm wrong, and you may be right about the multiplication. Let's test it before we test it. So in main, I'm just going to go to program. I'm just going to pass in.
Miles per gallon divided by cost per gallon would give you cost per mile.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So let's do, first I have to make my class.
But you just made a new class?
No, I'm just calling it. I'm testing before I test. I want to show you how to do an MP. Or we could just do the test, I guess. So m dot, well, actually the easiest way to do this would be then, so let's see what the second constructor has. All right, so we need miles, say like 300 gallons. I'm going to put odd numbers in here right now, and then I'll put in, and the cost, what is the cost per mile, per gallon? All right. And then I'm just going to do console right line. Oh, actually, yeah, the cost per. I'm breaking the line just to keep it on. You don't need to. So this one would be M dot. Calculate miles per gallon. The second one would be M dot cost per gallon. It's actually not cost per gallon. That's the wrong thing. Cost per mile. And then this is just deposit. So let's see if that works. And then we'll test the numbers. All I want to do is see if it comes out with reasonable range, and then we'll test for actual numbers with the test. In C# you can put placeholders, except that one won't work. And then these just slip into the placeholders first, second. And we could format them. I'm not worried about that. Give you another minute. Yeah.
I'm getting this. I know I got it. Here.
You're not getting mileage. So when you look at mileage, put the word public in front of class. And then when you go back, I think it'll should be all right.
Class having that come to me.
Save. And go. Mileage should be okay.
But you know what it is this is named MIL and I had a typo.
Oh,
So do I have to put that in here?
let's look at the.
I guess I'm going to change that one.
Well, actually, that shouldn't matter. It shouldn't have to match.
These and these don't.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
No, those are all.
Yeah. See if I can
No, I
copy
just-
now.
Okay, just change everything to this one.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter what it's. I'm just going to real quickly see what I've got.
Oh, I did have the cat.
Can you see it?
So it's really crappy mileage, but it's probably about right. But the cost. Yeah, I guess with that crappy mileage, would that be a reasonable cost? $4 a mile though?
What was the?
That isn't right. You might need to be right, but it needs a
300
multiplication.
I'm
miles.
not sure.
I don't think this is reasonable.
What's the 324 and 299? 24 is what? Gallons?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're spending $72 to go 300 miles.
Okay,
So I mean, maybe if you put like
so let's
800
do,
miles.
well, so if you were getting 30 miles per gallon, yeah, all right. So maybe make that about 10. You see, but it's still too many. The cost is not
Oh, yeah.
10.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Which is not super real. Now the cost per gallon. Now, this is the average. The average, then the cost. I don't think times will make a change. Let's see what happens. And failing that, that's worse. There's something that has to be done there. We could use this as an example of something that fails, so I don't want to spend a long time debugging it. It's not the point. Yeah.
Can you go up on that page?
This page? To which?
I think you need to do cost per gallon divided by the miles per gallon. You have your cost divided by the miles.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Yeah.
I tend to do things backwards, so that's a possibility. Last shot at this, if this works, so that actually is probably about right.
10 cents a mile.
Yeah, yeah. I just had them flipped. Everything I do, I need to check that it's flipped. I've always had a little bit of dyslexia that way. Even with the battery, I have to be really careful if I'm jumping a car, make sure I don't cross. I accidentally did cross poles one time. It's amazing what that does. Luckily, I had a really good fuse system. All right. So are we ready to add a testing thing? Because that's the point, actually, not the miles per gallon. So at the solution level, I believe it's at the solution level, I want to add a new project. And down here, notice that there's different kinds of projects, and one of them is test. So I'm going to do test, and I do want the unit test. Right? So I'll go out of it and do it again. So I right-click on the solution level above the project. I want to add a new project, and I'm going to make it a test project. And we could, I guess I could say mileage test project. And I will do OK. And it adds another project here. So there's a couple of things we have to do down here. We have to make a reference to the project at the bottom. Neat thing about Visual Studio, by the way, is you can have many projects going at the same time in the solution here. So in the mileage test project, do you guys get that okay? I'm going to right click, going to add a reference. So I right clicked on the unit test project. I'm going to add a reference. And the reference is going to be to the mileage program. You want me to walk through that again, or you guys got it?
Said add a reference.
Yeah.
Project.
I'll do it one more time. I'll walk through. So add reference. If it's up on here, I mean, if it's on COM or something, you want to make sure you go up to projects. So we've got the mileage program now is added as a reference. And if I want to save myself some time later, I can do a using mileage. Actually, maybe I can't. I don't want mileage test project. I want
Mileage program?
yeah, but I don't see it there. Should be there.
Yeah. Mileage program. Did you spell it M-I-L-A-G-E like I did by accident?
No, I think I spelled it right. I'm just curious. All right, let's forget the using statement then. What I'm going to do is right up here above the test class. Oh, you know what? I think it's, here's what I need to put up here. It's been a while. I didn't get to retest this. Using reference, what is the name of the reference is where we're, it added it, didn't it? We did add the thing.
So mine came up and it's giving me one of the options with mileage program class with friends. Do I have to go with friends before we get it to work?
You here, down here it came up?
No, when I typed at the top using.
Why mine isn't? Add, reference, mileage. Okay. I wonder if I've added it too many times. So I'm only seeing the mileage test project.
Do I have to put anything after the name mileage program?
Shouldn't.
The semicolon?
Yeah. Mileage program is here. Why is it not letting me? I'm going to build real quickly. Weird that it's not there. Oh, what is my namespace? Mileage program. Should be there. Yours was there, right? What did you do that's different than what I did?
I don't know. I did exactly what you showed, and I type in using a mileage program. It says namespace mileage program when I hover at the end of the line.
Okay.
It says using directive is unnecessary. Show potential fixes. Remove unnecessary usings.
Yeah, it's because you haven't done anything with it.
But it's
I'm just going to add it again. Add reference. Mileage program.
because you have it over on the side there.
I had it and then I deleted it. Mileage program. Interesting.
That's weird.
Can I do mileage? No.
No, there's a way to do it.
All right. Failing that. I'm going to redo the whole project, the whole test project. add. So I need to go up here.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Add new project, test, unit test. I didn't rename it, but that's all right.
Right.
So I'm going to add a reference to mileage program. Okay. Not sure, don't see it.
Oh my goodness.
Why don't I see it? All right, can I over here do,
You have to right click on that, on the top level thing.
is anyone else having the problem or did everyone else get it? It didn't work for you? How many years worked? Who else has worked? Anybody? I haven't had any trouble doing this before.
Maybe
I've
I
done
did
it.
something wrong that it actually worked.
No, you may have done something right. Do you remember what you did?
I did exactly what you showed in the screen.
But I just need to be able to see it. If I can't see the class, I can't test it. So the solution, it should be able to see mileage programs, but I don't see it.
Mileage program.
Oh, program. So actually, it may have allowed it.
You guys
Oh,
really-
that's grayed out.
That should be teal. So it's still not seeing it. Oh, mileage. I think I know one of my problems. This is a problem you were having.
Public, you know.
There, it's happy. And it might be happy just with mileage now because I have the using statement. Yeah.
Mileage, how many equals new mileage?
So I just typed
Oh,
it.
yeah, it does.
The other thing is, I think this is what was screwing me up. This really needs the word public in front of it
That's probably my mind.
because I had you fix that for another problem. Yeah.
Yeah, because you had me change it.
All right. So we are going to see if I can remember how to do this. What we're going to do is we'll test the mileage method first. So let's, instead of test method 1, maybe test MPG. So we'll test the miles per gallon. So I'm going to do m dot, first of all, for the miles per gallon, we need basically the miles. So what do we want to do? You should use a test value that is easy, that you can figure out if it's right or wrong. All right, so we'll say 100 miles. All right, and then we're going to say that the gallons, what, 10?
Yes.
So that's 10 miles per gallon. I don't actually, for this one, have to enter the price because it's not going to use it for the miles per gallon. So I'm going to, let's just say double result equals m dot calculate MPG. And then I'm going to do, this is the weird part in some ways, I'm going to assert. I don't know if double result, assert, yeah, is equal, are equal. And then what I'm going to do is what I expect. So I expect it to be 10, right? And then I'm going to say result. Now I could have made this a little bit more efficient by just putting this where result is. So we're asserting that these two values will be equal, 10 and the result. So it's just going to test to see if those two things are the same. And it's a way of testing this method, right? So let's try to run this test. So the way you run a test is you actually have to go to test, run, and then you can run all the tests or the selected tests. So I run all the tests, and over here you'll see it has a little green check mark. It passed. Took 14 milliseconds to run, so it gives you a little.
So set time, just like mine said 6 milliseconds. I mean,
Yeah, just what it's relative to the machine.
All right.
Let's say if I put 11 here, and I'll run the test again. Then this, notice it changes from a check mark to an X. Tells you that it failed. So what you can do, you can go through and you could probably do another version of this, right, where you wanted it to fail. Let's just do another public test, and then I'll go and I'll show you how to download the other class. Public void. One of the things we should have done before we did this is to figure out what our test, our what we're testing, what we expected, what we did. Maybe I should download this one for this. So I'm going to say test price per mile. And I'm just going to copy these. We need one more thing here. M dot cost per gallon. How much do we want our cost per gallon to be? Something again.
$1.
$1. Okay. Back in the good old days. It's not cost per gallon. I keep doing that. It is cost per mile.
Oh.
Oops. So cert R equal. What would that be? So it would be 0.1?
0.1.
Okay, before we run this, let me download the test template. Let me make it bigger. Okay. So I'm going to, for this, just delete this. Let's say our use case is to never made use cases, but we'll say it's calculates MPG. And we'll say that the test is miles equal 100, gallons equal 10, and that's actually all we need for this. Expected to result 10 mpg, right?
Yep.
And then we could do the other test we have is calculate price per mile. These two will go. And then cost per
Gallon.
or per mile. Oh,
Yeah, cost per mile.
it's actually first of all
Cost per
price per mile or cost per gallon
Cost per gallon.
equals 1 expected 0.1. So then if we run the tests, so let's run test, run all tests. They both passed. So in this one, you could just say actual result 10.1, and you probably don't need notes if it passes.
You only want us to turn that in?
Well, so yeah, for the individual one on the thing, just turn this in. And I said you don't have to test everything, but maybe pick a few things.
Should we
to
just
test.
get the personal one?
In the personal one, I'll show you in just a second. We'll get started. I'll show you that. For the group, you just need to figure out what your tests would be.
Oh, okay, and do those.
And then how you would test it and what the expected results are, and don't worry about the actual results for the group ones, right? So basically, you just make a test thing that should you ever write your application, you could test things. But I'm not expecting you to have anything to test.
We gotta do it for 10 things this time, so it's-
Yeah, about 10 things. Yeah. So, and then let's go to, does that make sense though?
Yeah.
And you can go through here and you can make fairly elaborate tests. A lot of things are harder to test, right? But I need to show you a little bit about how the fraction class works if you're going to do it. So I guess I could post this. I think if it should all be saved, but just in case. So I'm going to do a file, new project. Whoops, I missed. File, new project. And we'll just make this one go up to C#, just a console app with the framework. Okay, I'm going to add a class. And I'm going to call it fraction. I'm going to leave it empty because I'm going to copy and paste the code into it. So I am going, and it should be a public class. Notice I'm still at, I'm at console app 3, so you might not want to do that, but whatever. So if I go back up here, and I'm going to go back to the fraction class text. I do not know. Oh, so this is called fraction. If you want this, you can do that. I don't know if it'll copy and paste from here. Oh, come on. You can do it. I might have to download it. Yeah, except I don't want everything. I don't want. I guess we can take the whole thing in there.
Reading everything from class fraction down, right?
Yeah, actually, I'll take the whole thing. I'll just make some changes when I get it in there. I don't know that this works. Let's see what happens. Okay, so so I got page 1 through 7. I got all sorts of crap. That won't work.
Page numbers.
So I'm going to download it. You would think that they could do a text box that you can copy and paste from. But no. So I'm going to download it. Okay, so now it's in Notepad.
I took everything from, yeah, except for that.
What does it mean when it's deprecated? They don't use it anymore?
Yeah, what's deprecated?
Assert equals. I'm doing the same thing in Java.
Oh,
It wants something like called double delta, but I don't know what that is.
Deprecated.
Yeah, that
What-
one is deprecated.
It means that the functionality is there now, but it's something that may be soon discontinued or no longer
But it,
referenced.
so it means it doesn't really run. It says what's that. The
why
new
did I
one,
get?
but when you need
We
another
learned that
variable.
in last class, we talked about deprecated. Java in that.
Yeah, I didn't say nothing. Remember? Do you know what double delta is? Or delta?
I'm worried about those dots. But maybe it'll work.
See, because the old one that is deprecated had double expected and double actual. The new one.
Couple of things to watch out for, and I can help you do this. You want the namespace to be the same as the program. I also don't know. Let's build. So it built. Okay. So in the program, I want to show you a little bit how this would work. I'm going to fraction f1 equals new fraction, and there's different ways you can do this, and I'm going to say this is 1/2. That needs to be in quotes. This is a fraction. I'm going to say fraction f2 equals new fraction 3/4, and then we'll say fraction f3 equals f1 plus f2.
I think you forgot to put 3.
I did. So I'm going to do console right line f1 or f3 to string. And I'll do a console read line to stop it. Or read key. Either way works. So I create two fraction objects, and there's several constructors. One of the constructors allows you to enter it in fraction form as a string. So if I run this, it should result in 1 1/4. So, and then if I did multiplication, it comes up with 3/8. Then let me do one other thing, which is to say,
I know. I'm curious to do it. So, if I'm trying it, you know.
So let's, instead of just do that, let's say if
What do you have, like, a full result? You haven't declared the result anywhere?
right, so it's actually it's if F3. And what I want to say is if F, actually I just want F1. I was going to say is greater than
You don't want F2 to string.
You know, I do want two string. Thank you. I think it might actually find its two string thing anyway. But the two string thing turns it in from a decimal to a fraction for display. Let's see if that works. I just wanted to show you, this returns a Boolean. So it says 4/8 is less than 6/8. Did I put 4/8 in there? Oh, because it had to give them a common denominator, right? So it goes through and it does. I actually, for programming reasons, I always go for the greatest common denominator as opposed to the least common denominator. It's just easier. But so it worked. It converted them both to eighths and that. Now there are lots of things that don't work in here. I mean, there are some things that don't work. So you can test things. You may or may not find them. But let's do a test thing on this real quickly, and we'll just test a couple of these just to go through that again. So I can help you do this if you want. But basically what you want to do is create a new program and then copy and paste the fraction code in. It's there as a text. You could try to convert the file type to C# and load it, but then there are other little things you'd have to change anyway. So probably just cut and paste it in is the best bet.
So which assignment is that?
This is the individual one. So on the individual one, I just wanted to show you how the fraction works, because you can't really test it if you have no idea how it works. Does that make sense? So the way it works essentially is that there is a fraction object. This is one of the constructors. It might be the most convenient constructors. You can also enter two numbers where you enter the numerator and the denominator. And there's an empty constructor because you need an empty constructor for the result. Okay. So there's at least 3 constructors in there. There might be more. But you just create fraction objects, and it pretty well overloads every single operator. So not only the multiplication, division, etc., but also greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, not equal to, you know, and all of those. And I think I even, I don't remember what else I overloaded. So there's the empty constructor, there's the numerator, denominator, there's the one with the string, and there's one that takes in another fraction. But pretty much any operator. So if you write up the test thing, basically you can just test which operator are you testing, what is your problem, right, that you're testing, what are you doing to test the operator, and what is the result. That being said, you could do, and I'm not going to ask you to do that. I forget what I asked in the assignment. Did I say 10 or
10.
so? There are probably hundreds you could do because there's lots of permutations of how you could enter things. Some work, some don't. Like you can enter a fraction, but it really doesn't handle a mixed number in the constructor. So you can't really do 1 2/3. I was thinking of fixing that, but I
And
haven't.
take improper fraction.
It handles improper fractions just fine, yeah. But it won't handle the mixed for the constructor. It outputs mixed, but there are a couple of instances where it fails, which I'll let you find. Those are ones that I hadn't intended. Those are errors I hadn't intended. There's a couple of places where the reduction, there's a method in here to reduce things, to reduce the fraction. It actually probably, just to let you know, probably needs another loop. Because there are a few instances where it doesn't reduce it entirely. So I'll let you play with that, but let's add a, real quickly, we'll just do one just to show it again, and then I will let you guys work. So again, on the solution level, you go to add, and you want to add a new project. You want to go down to testing, unit test. I'm just going to leave it unit test 1. I'm going to do OK. On the unit test, I'm going to add a reference, and I will add it to Console App 3. Don't have to do this, but using, I'm going to just type it, console. See, it says that that's okay, and then if I go down here, I should be able to say, fraction. Well, I actually don't need to know if I do that. Let's go into the actual. It's test add. You know what I have to do? I think even though I did it up there, console, I cannot type app 3 dot fraction f1 equals new console app 3 fraction, and we did, it was 1/2. Why is it not like fraction? Did I not put a public on that class again?
I put one for action. Still not seeing it.
No, I don't have. What? Oh, yeah. Now? I thought it was after class. I'll be there in a few moments. All right, so we're going to finish this first. So when I put public there, and then go to the unit test,
Mine's still not.
when you do, mine is okay now that I did public. So I am going to do fraction f3 equals f1 plus f2. And then I'm just going to say assert are equal. You can also assert are greater than or less than. You can do that. And then I'm just going to say, what was the answer, 3/8? Here's something you have to, so when I do this and then I do that, I have to say F3 2-string. If you don't say 2-string, they won't return the same. Actually, that should, oh, I see. We'll do a real quick test. Run. All tests. And it failed. Why did it fail? Three-fourths. Oh. Because I have different numbers here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. What I want to do is run the test. Test, run. All tests. Still failed. Why? Creates. Why is it failing on that? What? Oh. I think did I change the other to a different operator?
The other one did a multiplication.
Well, I guess let's try that as a test. I need to run. Yes, it was multiplication.
You started with plus. And then
Yeah.
changed it.
Anyway, I'll let you guys work on. Hopefully, be back quickly. Maybe not so quickly though. You can start working on that,
Mine's
and
not. I can't do it.
I'll be back.
Okay, so one of my four classes, and this is really well, you could take it, if one's in the summer, you could take it to the summer, so I'm already taking a class at the time in the summer. I can be 2 places at once.
Why can't it see this?
This is correct. If you look at the, you still have that other one open? The other one, not fraction. Maybe it's higher. Scroll it up. Maybe this is choosing.
Namespaces.
But maybe that's why.
No, we can't. We don't make a namespace public. Did yours work? This last one? I don't understand why this was.
Maybe you do.
I'm gonna go eat this.
Like there
No, I can't. I want to go in here.
Yeah.
Kansas is.
What are we doing?
Oh, look at you.
Do you understand why?
Oh, yeah, okay.
What?
I'm spacing out.
I'm gonna delete this, right? So,
I don't know how to do any of this. I thought you were.
Oh, you know what? If they work for Drago, give them a release. We're
Yeah, tutorial.
for their,
So.
No, I'm behind and I'm trying to catch up on I wanted to do it. Apparently don't know. Well, we could work on our group one, which we don't even have to run the test on. Should be pretty easy. The individual one, I think, should be a little trickier.
Word, Excel, halfway through it,
Why is this not?
Yeah, you're ready for the
But that he's giving us that fraction. For individuals. We're not, so the individual project testing, we're using the code that he's giving us, which is a fraction. So you can use that to do the testing.
But not the units.
No, but we're using the, for our group project, we're using the tracker.
No, for the individual.
No, the individual you use this.
Yeah, but it has to be based on the convenience.
No, because he's assuming that we didn't actually write that. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can. You can take the classes, like your, you could create the coding, you could take the coding.
But I'm not sure you test the loss.
Yeah.
Because it is not like a basic math.
No.
It's like,
Yeah. So that's why you just give it as the code for the individual. And then for the group one, you don't even have to.
You gotta read
run
it.
the test, you just have to come up with them, which is probably what will work out for us guys. Cool? That's 14.
Okay, so now we just need to make the test. Are you sure? Are you doing your,
Aw.
Yeah, I took a half an hour message there. Go to your Android. And you're starting to start up on the left side. Pop up on your screen and your. Yeah, that's what I have. Got your. The credits. All right. Say that for Thursday. Today, on Thursday. Yeah, I know. This class, my class, I give you the day, like. Either way, like.
My dog hung out with me.
Really, like, it's I'm saying that this class, I don't think it's. Oh, yeah, I'll make it later. So pop your, when you run it, and then pop it, your monitor, what is the favorite monitor?
But, no.
Oh, we need to,
No.
You know who I talked to? I talked to, Lisa. I caught her in the hall. It's 285, you just gotta have, speech like that.
yeah.
No, go to 95. Yep, see you Thursday.
After we started.
So then what, so.
Oh,
that
damn.
should do, say, credit set for it, so.
Yeah. You should still be able to click on screen. And then we'll pop up. Then it'll show you there.
Test calculated.
Hold on, get up, get upload. Yeah. Actually, I run everything through GitHub now. It's for the, like all my assignments, like I'll do a little bit of it. I just like get the numbers up.
So you
So
made,
it's like, I can do the employer or.
credits and, you make credits a double instead of an in.
Oh, you let it home?
Yeah.
But,
You think we're gonna have another assignment? Like one last one? No, but she said that there was a last day.
okay, so let's write it today. Let's
Option to take during this week.
I got two.
Yeah, I didn't like. I
This
didn't. But everything else. Your partial points now. Yes, I mean, with that extra, that midterm should be good. Oh, yeah. I think she's trying to convert it.
The midterm quiz.
Mine has
Yeah. That's very important.
I could have that.
Yeah. What the credit reporter is.
But we already, so we just wanted to turn out a.
You.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. It's a 10.
You put in,
So, okay,
you need, and you need curly braces 0 credits per quarter. The cost per quarter will be curly braces 1.
Or just, I'm just putting in a class.
What is a 0?
It says these are the things that come in this order. These are the outputs. 0 is the first output, 1 is the second output.
I mean, you're just going to be putting in the
Yeah. Credits per quarter times cost per quarter.
I don't think it's part of
You put in credits per, or cost per credit, you get out cost per quarter.
course number or whatever.
So the cost per quarter.
Well, this is the board is for that.
Credits per quarter, you need X, you need 0, you need that,
Just saying,
the
that's the
credits per quarter.
Yeah, I'm just saying. At the end of the day, but when the expected results. Towards that.
Okay, I'm sorry, the grammar's gonna drive me nuts. I know it's petty, but, so instead of the credits, you say you need 0 credits per quarter. Okay, what do you think?
You can actually log in yours. I mean, it doesn't really matter, you could log in.
Did you guys cover over there?
Log in different.
We should make Nicole do all the work. You wanna do the typing?
Oh, for our there?
Um,
So we need it, the test or the 10
I don't understand why this, let me do this simple thing with question. Namespace is bracket. So let me do something here real quick.
It's saying. So we need to return why it doesn't work.
What?
Maybe he knows first that.
What? No, here.
What
Certification C.
So,
So it creates, it doesn't, but it creates a certification object.
Yeah.
And what caused the message?
this real
When you
quick.
call it class.
And what I'm gonna do is
Unless it's like
So,
something,
you want to say
new
balance.
project,
you should.
C sharp. Here we go.
Let's
I don't
look
know.
at this, if this is valid, so this has mileage equals to mileage, and the 2 and 3 inputs. Okay, so they're, okay, they're good at that version that you just have to put in, yeah. What are you doing? Trying to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it real quick. I'm gonna do this one.
You're right. But yeah, we just had.
Class. What do they call it on here? Fraction? Class is called.
They got a MacBook charger.
Here. And here. There. Program.
No, you don't have the reason.
didn't.
You don't have it in the copy, so you just have to place from namespace down. And then we'll start.
No, I need to go to. Here. The project. Test. Fraction test.
But did you start the video going?
And then I can basically come in here and grab this crap right here, right?
You want your time search degree and the part certificate.
Correct.
And see, it's still not doing it. Oh, because in here, I need to put it there.
Okay.
What were you saying? And search degree.
Here, let me check to see what he has.
So what were you doing for it?
Oh, that's the
We have.
public void text ad.
I'm just saying you can basically add.
Your test project.
Oh, you have to put using console or whatever.
Gives you another error.
Fraction test. No.
No. It's, put your, it's in, pull the drop down arrow on your references.
Because we know that it.
So you have, because see, he has the console app in there.
Scenarios where it comes with 10 different flavors.
How do you add the references?
I have no idea.
I mean, we know it's gonna be right. It's not hard to do. Okay, so let's-
Or wouldn't yours just be called, fractions? Because his thing is called console app 3, yours is called fractions.
Fraction.
No, up at the top here,
So I need to delete all this.
because he has console app 3.
So
So you should put using fractions.
click on here,
Like,
add,
I know what
new
the
project.
result is, but I expect.
It's unit test.
What? What?
So then you have to put on line 3 using fractions.
Generally, that's just.
It's not in there.
Maybe just say request.
Huh.
Maybe just say request.
Just wonder if I scroll so there's more.
Yeah, go ahead.
Request grade, wow.
I don't understand why it's not working.
You're not signing. And you're allowed to turn down the but don't want to worry. You want to pick which one.
Let me get the rest of this in here real quick and I'll save it. Controller. Search. Variable.
Hey, see something? we didn't accidentally do fractions, right?
It's a class is fraction. Fractions is the namespace. I wonder if I can do fractions dot fraction. Fractions dot fraction. New.
Maybe do fraction.
No, because that's the namespace, it's fractions.
This is
I'll watch when it comes back. I'll say that. But
And you see the base of
So-
for the use case.
So, I'll be working on this.
Yes, we are, and it said that based on the use cases, I don't know.
Can we pull that
They
up?
can bring that
I
up.
have
Yeah.
it right here.
And then if I hit enter, and
Use cases, student, which one is use case sample,
Like a new
individual group.
because we need to.
File.
Oh, insert row.
Is this,
So
Yeah,
tools and
that's it, yeah.
Where'd you find it? Tool, oh, table.
well, let's do it this way. I got five. Open the drawings. There, I'm gonna browse to desktop. We're in 255?
Yes.
Use case sample, public use case. Is that it? Public use case?
Yeah, because I had students who had trouble with it.
All right, so here's my use case. Oh, should we pull
Did we have
the?
a group one?
Yes, yeah, let me pull the.
I'm just
the
thinking that'd be
document.
easier.
Okay, so that's be a Word document. No, someone else did the whole group one. I don't have it.
Check the assignment list.
So, sign this and I'll just download it. Create requirements. Which one is it?
Requirements, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's required.
Okay, super requirements.
Does it make sense to do?
There we go.
We need to come up with 10 tests.
Use case is eligibility.
Oh, yeah. So you are different.
Let's see. ELIGIVL.
Oh, yeah, we list them all.
All the cases first.
Okay, so the next use case was add new requirements. Next one is public access. The next one is faculty use case. And that's it.
Perfect, because I ran out of. And then we can just add those.
All right, so for the first one, eligibility. So what is it, the test is, oh, we can do a couple with this.
Yeah, we should probably do like, because we have to come up with.
Okay, so so there's like three right here.
So login
At
is
least
one.
at least two
Login. Expected results, password and username match. We don't, that's all we need to say, expected results.
So I should add another one?
So check eligibility. or use case, valid login.
Can you share it out?
Okay, so the next one underneath that is going to be Queen of the block.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. It's in the.
Okay, so next one would be eligibility for grant. Oh, no, not grant, eligibility for
Certification.
eligibility, doesn't say, oh, eligibility for
Check it.
for eligibility to earn a certificate.
Eligibilities. Earn?
Certificate eligibility. Okay, the test is, just check eligibility.
What would it do? Would it look for
So
data courses?
Eligibility
Yeah.
for certification.
check courses completed. Compare courses completed to
Some of them should be
requirements.
tested.
They have two, there's only two members, right?
Yeah.
So they both, each test that.
We should do a couple of tests that
And expected results,
doubles instead of extras.
Requirements are met
requirements met,
or match,
requirements
match,
Yeah.
met
completed.
/ eligible.
So, do I have to spell it again?
ELIGI. Ability.
Is there any more for that?
No, so that was doing the eligibility and certificates. So the next one would be,
Add new requirements.
We have to do all of them?
we gotta do
come up with
10.
10.
What?
We don't even have that.
So we've done a login. Eligibility, this was. So is this part of yours again? Yeah. Okay, so mine is, so this one I would say is,
Add new
add new
requirements.
requirements is
Yep. Add new requirements. So,
look up list. First one is going to be add new, it said add new requirement. Yeah, add new requirements. The test is compare current requirements to class being added.
I guess you could say check for duplication, or.
Yeah, put in parentheses,
Yeah.
check for duplication.
Yeah, that's sort of how we do this. And then-
We can reword.
And then expected results. Class, yeah, new class added, no duplicates, new class added.
No do,
New class added with no.
search or equal. And.
We got one more from that.
Yeah, we should try to get something.
Generate report.
Oh, okay.
So, generate requirement report.
Okay. So this is for the same one, right?
Right. It's gonna be generate requirement report. No.
Oh, that's what it's
It's
called.
called.
So it has to run.
Once it says it, what is
It has to run.
Assume what the,
Well,
what the requirement
Yeah.
access database,
That's what it
Yes,
is.
database.
access database and
What it does is it double.
And return
Each of the two things that are supposed to be integers.
return the full requirements.
Any of the categories. So that's
And
like.
expected results report generated. All right, so the next one is going to be, so under public access.
So the user has
This
to
is
log
good.
in.
So we already got a login. Well, maybe we've done a login.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they would have to.
Yeah, so you go ahead and do a login.
It should.
Yeah, yes. Has user from, yeah.
That's it, test the, test all you, test the view, depending on the algorithm.
So all they're doing is searching the degrees and certificates that are held.
Yeah.
And then they also check the summaries of the number of students and summaries of certificates. So it's basically generating reports and looking at a list.
Yeah, but the, like, case. So I'm
I know what you're
typing,
saying.
yeah.
So he's saying, so maybe we have one that does that, and then we have another one that makes sure that they were served the right view based on their whatever.
So, yeah, so verify user type, login, verify user type login. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
compare
user views only.
expected results.
Yeah,
Expected result. User type verified.
I guess you could also say add a listing course.
Not add. So the next one is going to be public. Public.
Login. Oh, is this under the same one?
Yeah, I know, you don't know who's doing it and you don't know, yeah, it's supposed to come out all.
Public access. So search degrees and certificates.
Sure. Yeah, you should maybe note that you have to be logged in for the ones that you do have to.
And then we say report generated
Yeah.
or data.
List certificate and degree
I guess you
report
put it when they were logged in as an ad.
generated,
Study.
generated and displayed.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is under the same thing.
Okay, Michael is probably going to want to tell one is going to want to enter what students they want to ask.
So it's the same one.
Yeah.
Or wait, public access. Oh, I see.
It's gonna be a public access. You just got it up there. You just paste it in there, too. Above it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so public access is going to be, the test is produce summary of student numbers and certificates. Yeah, student and certificate metrics.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I want.
Oh, the student.
Expected result.
Yeah, report.
Report
But that is a
Period.
different.
and display.
Okay, well, like, yeah.
All right, so the next one
Is
is
that faculty?
I'm not sure what would be the course.
use case. Yeah, faculty. So this would be faculty login. This is the first one, faculty login.
So we already had.
Oh, we do have that, yeah.
Oh, so
It's not open, yeah, that's the overlap.
but we do need to make sure that they're viewed, so we just copy that other one. What, verify user login.
The album.
This is suggesting using separate.
Yeah, I'm saying, so we need to verify.
Well, sure, but
Oh, yeah.
she's, we're not. That's, it still doesn't matter. Because the test is so easy, right?
Yeah, so next one is a faculty use case.
But are we gonna do something besides just putting in numbers that figure out, like, you want to figure out?
Is,
Well, and remember.
check student status
What, a try catch?
for alert. The expected result is if student alert exists, notification to verification.
Like ours.
Like if you have not made
Yeah.
satisfactory academic progress, you get a letter.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see, let me try to see how many we have. So we have, one,
Five, seven, eight,
So that gets what we're
nine.
nine. We just need one more.
All right, well, we're gonna have to figure out another one from this one because the last one we got,
Faculty.
view status metrics. There we go.
Splitting them up into two different
No, that's,
things, because that is.
That would be an admin.
no, yeah, but we got.
Or no, it could be a teacher, it could be faculty.
Oh, advice student.
Advice student.
Faculty use, faculty use case. Advice students. Expected result is,
Putting in a zero.
student email provided to faculty
For notification.
for student notification.
Yeah.
Yeah. By pickle.
All right, I'm gonna clean it up. Share it with all of you.
Do you want to work on the individual and tutoring?
Oh,
Tomorrow? I'll be up there tomorrow, yeah.
Because I don't know if he's gonna come back in time today.
yeah, guys.
You squeeze that one there and make it.
Hey, Amy, which one is you in? Which one are you?
6178.
They all say that, don't they?
Yeah, 6178.
In the
Yeah,
M.
that was it.
The one problem is that if all the changes, the numbers, they're missing the same thing.
Yeah.
But once
These are kind of
one person submits, it all goes, right?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
I'm not gonna write my code.
that's fine.
There we go.
Well, okay, so
Nope.
he said use the.
And you?
Oh,
This
no.
one.
Okay. I got it.
Okay, so,
So everybody forgot themselves.
we don't forget about you, Nicole. We try and try, but.
Move that typo.
Wow, I already got it already.
Okay, so,
It's actually a little hard.
Amazon student at Amazon. So you're submitted it then?
Yeah, this is a minute right
Use this for this one, just return.
Well, the thing is that it has to have, in order to have these cases, there have to be different possible.
They did it for you.
Like, there has to be
Those
choice
ones.
of lanes. And that just doesn't happen.
So here, this.
Yeah, but if it's not a shareable link, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
he can view
to,
it.
yeah, but is it shareable? Did you change the settings?
It's shared.
Okay, hit share
So
now.
that's two use cases, so we do need to split this up. Because usually, you know, you can get a share.
No. With your, please don't.
That is weird.
Let me see if I can get one.
Oh, there it went up when I was trying to read this. Is that right here? Is that right?
No.
Where did it go?
Oh.
They automatically save, right?
Yeah,
Was there the time of the project?
I don't know.
Or is it?
Now, maybe.
Yeah. It was just like lagging a little bit. There you go. Never mind, advance. And then just change. And just copy.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. What I was thinking is we would just put this.
Okay, now.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying, is that.
Yeah, we can try that.
Oh, that's final upload.
And this one, we just that part.
I'm not, the only reason I deleted the whole
You
thing
should
is
say-
at 10.
Your
Yep, there it is.
Yep, all right, so, and it showed the minus submitted, so that's good.
Yes. But he's not gonna look at it and say, those five.
So does that mean that we can job hunt together now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what I'm saying is that split them into two.
But I hate to break it to you, I'm a boy, so I'll get a job and you won't.
Well, you're gonna go to the interview first, and then you're gonna tell me everything that they ask you, and then.
Yeah, there you
I'll be
go.
like, hey, I'm gonna tell this girl that you're gonna ask these certain things, and make sure you ask something different. See you later, Nicole.
Bye.
Hold on,
What I'm saying is that, so the first half, we're just gonna test credit per quarter, yeah? So we just, delete that, all of this is credit per quarter. Okay.
Yeah.
Credit, and then, okay, so then rather
How
than,
long is that done? It's just, like, I haven't done, it's just a lot of these guys like commenting the code, it's like, actually see the
Yeah.
project and just review it.
I've got,
Yeah, but this is no
I still have to
longer-
get my coding thing
this is now plus
this week. And then I have one last PHP assignment.
Are you going to be done with that?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
but then I'm taking the next.
Yes.
Are you gonna do a bill?
Bill, yeah.
In the summer?
Right. I'll see you in a little bit, I gotta go.
Okay.
Smoke.
Are you gonna go outside?
And smoke.
Are you gonna come to tutoring later?
Yes, I
All right, I'll see you there.
Is with their, will be set to the last time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, now that we said
I'm not part of the search.
Oh, another software update.
Yes, I've done it the last, like 6 times now that I've loaded up the computer.
What did you get done?
Oh, we got the group one done. And it's shared, so you can click
So
on it.
freaking pissed.
Oh, about your schedule?
Yeah, I have to take another class in the summer. I have to do the web apps 2 and 3 at the same time. Which I'm like, I'm also doing the freaking Android class. Because there's no way, because they dropped out of the class when I was already substituting for fall, and they dropped it, and it's like, there's nothing. Like, yeah, I could wait till winter. I was gonna graduate after fall. That's the only way. So we're like, oh, this is like.
Are they both at the same teacher? Are they both with Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how much time you get to
Yeah.
do? Exactly.
Yeah, I'm taking 3 classes as well.
I already had 3 classes, if I'm taking 4.
Yeah, I don't
Which
know
I'm like-
why, because I'm taking,
I'm
well,
like,
so I'm taking
this
the
is how
second
we
one,
do.
yeah. So I'm taking the second one in the summer.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what
I
I'm.
that one.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing in the fall, so the third one I
Uh-huh.
take like in the winter.
Mhm.
And then,
I was hoping to be done before winter, you know?
yeah, do they just not have enough people signed up for the fall?
For the class that I was gonna take, no, they just sent me an email that it's getting dropped, and it's like, okay, fine. Everything's getting dropped. Right now, I've gotten emails about 3 of my classes that they might be dropped.
Oh my god. I know that they're probably gonna drop that career one
Yeah,
because they only had 9 people signed up for it.
yeah,
And I would have taken it, but I was already taking 3.
that's one of them. So. But in the same time, she said, oh, it's not sure yet that it's being dropped. Just right now in there.
So then you're just
So,
like
I
registering
might
at the
take
last minute?
No, I've already paid. Because all the money is really complicated because it's not directly coming from my pocket.
Right.
And they're like, oh no, we need to move it back and forth. I want to drink. I have 2 more classes.
I know,
can't
I
have a drink. Oh, let's see.
I'm gonna take a break. There might be some text too.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the
we got it
refund.
turned
I'm
in
gonna
here.
look-
It's shared, so you can look it
Yeah.
over if you want to make changes.
I trust you.
We just went through the use cases.
Uh-huh.
It was okay, so. What is this?
Are you going on Friday?
Friday? Yes. For sure.
For my music class. Right. Yeah, I'll see you.
That was marketing. Sorry. Leave your phone? Yeah. Okay, then I'll let you say, I'm just automatically closing stuff. Okay. Bye.
How you doing?
All right.
Huh?
Good. Are you?
I had a really shitty week. I didn't get the job. They gave it to somebody else, so I'm pretty fucking pissed.
I would imagine. Oh.
Oh, he never saw the video. The video still had it.
Video?
Yeah, he was. You know how to do it?
Do what?
How to stop when they do like the live stream. It's still live streaming probably. Steve Bunger.
That's VMware. That's not
Yeah.
streaming.
But he started in any case, and then he got called in for the Google Hangouts one.
Yeah.
Because he frequently forgets. So he got called in for a tenure meeting. So he just like left, you know?
In the middle of the session. Okay.
Well, no, he wrote the stuff first, and then he was like,
Well, okay.
yeah, but yeah,
Mid.
no, he didn't think about it, you know?
Yeah. Were you there for the class?
Oh.
Are you in his class?
Yeah.
It's interesting that he's using, I guess .NET Core is pretty new still, but that whole console interface, that's deprecated.
Well, no, he was just pointing out how you can make tests.
Okay,
It wasn't like,
I see.
because we are actually doing our tests about something totally different. It's just demonstrating how test uses go.
Oh, okay, the
So you-
concept of tests.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
like,
that makes
and
sense.
how you set it up and such. So,
Well, how you set it up depends on what you're using, so.
so I was actually doing the same thing. We first did it with a different program. I was just doing the same thing with the Java. So I did not have Visual Studio on my laptop.
Sure.
And I was noticing that Java was saying deprecated, that I need to add something when it's a delta, which I did not know what it was.
Probably, JUnit.
Yeah, it is a JUnit thing, but I don't know what exactly I need to do. Actually,
And it wouldn't,
I wanted to do assert equals,
oh, yeah, yeah,
and it said that the one what I wanted was deprecated.
yeah, because I find it's very annoying. There are two different Java APIs that have different return packages, and one of those packages is deprecated. What you want to use is the Java dot. No, what is it? It's pretty easy to find once you have all the resources.
I've just never done it, so. Here, I'm using this one. I've never done it, and see, it's like, okay, it's deprecated, and there's another one, like this one is double, double.
Yeah.
Double expected, double actual, but when
I
I use
see.
double expected,
Okay.
double actual, double delta, and I don't know what the delta is.
Yeah, okay, I understand now. So, basically,
I mean,
the reason for that is because floating point numbers like doubles and floats,
uh-huh.
they can be very imprecise. So
Yeah.
if you keep adding them.
So you would get a range, basically.
Yeah, there's a range of possibilities.
Uh-huh.
They're still imprecise.
So you have
the
to-
delta is saying, here's the expected number, but it's okay if it's within this
So
range
put
of
it as a
values.
number,
So
what would I put it as?
So the delta you would want to be ideally very small, like, let's say you want it to be within 0.0001 of the expected number.
0.0001.
Sure, and you can go more or less precise.
Oh, they're not even license.
You could probably just do 0. But
I just never done it before.
yeah, and I found that
So there's still one thing there. Oh, was, yeah, because it's actually. Otherwise we expect it to have fun.
here. So the results. That looks like cost per mile. What is cost per mile doing? Okay, yeah, that's my problem.
My eyes are all goggly.
Yeah,
I got that for eyeglasses and hopefully they're too dilated.
yeah, okay.
So that's a math problem, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not in the right frame of mind of doing the math right now either.
That is fine.
Yeah, because it could,
It was just like I was not sure what to put there.
yeah,
But yeah, I understand the concept of the delta. Now that you said it, it's like
yeah.
clear, very clear.
Okay,
Cool,
good.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Manu. Yeah.
I have a question about the computer, because it's not really good program.
Well, that's what they said. So my personal experience is not exactly what they said. Do you notice how narrow the screen is?
Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah. So it's this way. It's really like the aspect ratio is not as good. So when I open, say this, like you don't get very many lines of code. You know what I'm saying? And when I open Android Studio,
The reason why I ask is because my little sister is looking for a really like big computer that she's not coding on.
it is light. The battery life is super excellent. If you're gonna do something really intensive, like Android Studio takes a lot of battery. The emulator especially.
Yeah, no kidding.
I have not done Photoshop. I don't have Photoshop on this one. There's no disk drive.
Oh, okay.
But that's because that's what makes it light. But I can put like I can put the SD card or memory. I mean, I don't know. I'm really happy. It's fast. It's it's quite light, and the battery lasts me all day. Pretty much.
Like, what are your thoughts on like doing more on it? Because
I don't know what it is. Because at home I also have a desktop, which since I got the laptop, I have not used the desktop at all for anything like this. I only use it for Photoshop or something like this.
wait, what?
Let's see. What exactly do you say here? That's the way you can see exactly what it is.
She was like, yeah, I need to play doing something.
There's a way how you can look at this back.
If you put like a folder, also browse like all the folders.
You can also other things too.
Right? Like a computer that's
There, you click because I had an eye exam earlier and I got my eyes dilated and I had a really hard time focusing on it. Like everything kind of swims a little bit. So I think it's gonna happen.
Is there another class in here real quick?
It should start in a little bit. Yeah, he stopped your broadcast. Yeah,
She did stop it.
he did.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did, good.
But I think you have to save or something there.
Ah,
I mean, it was just a little bit technology stuff.
yeah. I guess tomorrow, I was gonna post some stuff. I'll do it tomorrow.
It's like nice and long. It's not short, but one of my lectures had a really short cord and no events.
So what I have right now is move for a while. It actually like only out.
Yeah. The one thing that I did notice is that unless you get the Dell specific case, it's hard to find. Well, I was very cheap. And I'm not